right now, your waistline, your bank account, and the quality of the relationships that you have in your life are a cumulative result of the choices that you've made in your life up to this point. Welcome back to the Goal Getter Life. This dot right here, this is where you are in your life right now. And the reason that it's so close to this edge is because we're not going to talk about what happened in your past. This is all the things that you've been doing, your habits that you've been doing every day has got you here. We can't do anything about the past right now, but we have a lot of thinking that we can do about the future. And today we're going to talk about 5 possible futures for you. And based on what you're doing, your habits and your mindset and your goals, you will be heading in the direction of one of these goals over here. And I'm going to draw them out for you. I'm going to make these green at the top here. Those are 2 really awesome goals that you could be heading towards. And then this is the 3 bottom ones. I'm going to make them red because they're not ideal. But if you continue on with the life the way that you're living right now, you might be heading towards one of those. So you get to imagine what you want in your wildest dreams, your ideal life. What would it look like for you? What would your future look like? So for example, maybe you want to make $300,000 and you only want to work 100 days in a year, and the rest of the time you want to travel or lay on the beach or do whatever. So that's what you will write in here, $300,000 and 100 work days. 300K and 100 days working only, right? You see what I mean? And then the next one here, let's say maybe 150 or 100,000, whatever you want. That's another, this is kind of also awesome, but it's not as good as 300,000. And then maybe you're gonna work 200 days. Okay, and then this one here, which is straight across from the dot, let's just imagine if you kept doing everything that you're doing right now, what would your life look like 3 years from now? This could be 3 years, this could be 5 years, whatever you want. Let's say 3 years from now, what will your life look like? So, if you are exercising every now and then, not all the time, if you're just going to work every day, you wake up in the morning, go to work, and you come home, and maybe you watch a bit of Netflix or whatever, and you go to bed and you wake up, it's actually not going to be straight across. I'm going to draw these lines in later, because what's going to happen is your health is going to deteriorate. Maybe your relationships will deteriorate. So that's why these are red, because they're kind of not the best. And these other ones underneath, I'm going to leave them blank because you can use your imagination and think about what kind of a really miserable life that you could have if maybe you hurt yourself and you ended up on Oxycontin, or maybe you made some bad deals, or you started gambling, or who knows what. These are like the bad kind of future, but they're all possible for you because, like we said at the very beginning, where you are right now is all because of choices that you've made in your past up to this point. So these, where this point is 3 years from now, that's all based on choices that you've going to have been made up to that point. So what happens is in life is there's going to be ups and downs, and you're going to be heading, if you're doing the right things, you'll be heading. And so these are the ups and downs in life. You could draw a straight line, but that's not realistic. There's really no linear path to any one of these. So we're going to go and we're going to get to one of these places in the future based on what you are going to be doing. And so it's going to go like this. And some of the dips might be like this. It doesn't matter. You'll get the idea. So I'm going to actually erase these lines, and we're going to use a straight line so that we can represent something else that I want to tell you about. I'll be right back. Okay, you don't have to, or maybe you can just do this, you know, when you speed it up really fast. Oh, my eraser doesn't work very good. Oh, it's hard to erase your... Why is this so bad? I don't like this whiteboard. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to draw straight lines now for you, just to represent something else. But of course, keep in mind, just like we had those dips in the other drawing, there is going to be a lot of ups and downs on your way. And some of the dips might be really low, but that doesn't matter because you're heading in the right direction based on the choices that you'll be making. And so we're going to make these lines straight. This one, well, as straight as I can eyeball them. And these red ones, keep in mind this red one is actually going, it has a slight downward thing, even though it kind of looks like it's straight across. These are the ones you don't want to be heading towards. Okay. So in 3 years, you decide, what do you want your life to look like? And you can dream about all kinds of things. You could dream about being on a tropical beach somewhere. DSU. And having an online business. You could dream about anything. That's your ideal one. Now, what I want you to think about is, this is where you are right now, and this is, you got here because of the choices that you made in your life up to this point. Right here, do you see how these lines are all really close together? That's the trick to this whole concept, because 3 years from now, based on what you're doing right now, it will make a huge difference in the results. So for example, if you started exercising every day, eating healthy, spending time with your family, taking some courses or learning some skills or something to improve your work or to make you more employable or to make you, your boss want to give you a raise. Any of those kind of little choices that you start doing right now, they will add up to making you end up on this trajectory to having the life that you dream of. And in the same point, any negative things that you're doing right now on a daily basis, maybe you're spending a lot of time on social media and you're not really doing anything to better your life or your relationships or your health, and you're eating whatever you want and you don't exercise and you make a lot of excuses. Right here is your chance to do something about that, because as those days add up 3 years from now, that's where you're going to see the really big difference. So to represent that, I'm just going to draw a circle here. See how close these are right now? If you decide to make changes, they're very small little things that you do. And over time, these build up, and look at the difference here, what your choices and your habits are making. And look what the difference makes 3 years from now. See how wide of a gap that is? That is because these little tiny things that little habits that you're instilling over time make that much of a difference in the kind of a future that you're going to end up having. So Jim Rohn has a quote that I love. He says, success is a result of a few simple disciplines that are practiced every day. Think about what is it exactly that you think will take you to the dream life that you want. What are those habits? What are you doing right now that you think maybe you should stop? Or what are you doing, what are you not doing that you should start? Those are the things you get to decide right now. And so I'll say that quote again that I said at the beginning. That was by Darren Hardy, and he is a past editor of Success Magazine. Your waistline, your bank account, and the quality of the relationships that you have are all a cumulative result of the choices that you've made in your life up to this point or up to this point. You get to decide. So to wrap it all up, think about what kind of a future you want to have. think about what you're doing right now. You can think about what habits you had that got you to this point, but it doesn't really matter as much as deciding right now what habits do you want to start and what things do you want to stop doing that are going to make a big difference in getting you to the kind of life that you want to have. You do get to decide. It doesn't just happen by fate. It happens as a result of your choices every day. For more everyday strategies on how to be your best and how to live an awesome life, subscribe to my channel, comment, like, and share with anybody you think might benefit. I'm Cindy Knorr, certified high performance coach and change agent. The best in me recognizes and honors the very best in you.